Hi Monique, thank you so much for speaking to us today about the tours that you provide. Um, just to begin with, please will you start off by telling us about which tours you do provide?
So Hidden Detours is the name of my business, and we started doing bar tours actually, and then now we've gone into more of a focus on producers because WA has got some incredible producers. So we do brewery tours, gin tours to distilleries, gin walking tour in the city, which is going like crazy. Everyone loves a gin and going for a stroll, and we also do some wine tours to the Bickley Valley and Swan Valley. So lots of variety of tours.
Amazing. I'm a big fan of gin, so I'd love to go.
Oh, good.
Which one would you say is your most popular tour that you do?
Definitely gin. I brought gin tours to Perth last year and I knew it would be popular, but I had no idea how popular. WA people have got a thirst for gin, let's just say that. So I launched the gin distillery tour. We've got a lot of amazing craft distillers in WA, particularly around Perth. So fortunately, they all started emerging about the same time and a tour was able to be made. So that sold so well, but I always had my eyes set on a gin walking tour in the city. And I sold out those dates so fast. I was rapidly trying to find more dates, which was crazy. And then, of course, we're so excited. We've just dropped our first ever weekend away. So we're calling it the Gin Getaway. So the southwest of Western Australia's got some incredible distillers down there as well. So we've just dropped that a few days ago. So that's really exciting. So gin and more gin, basically, Fiona.
What does that consist of then? So is it a couple of nights away and you visit, how many distilleries is it that you visit on that one?
Yeah, we're going to head through Collie. There's a distillery in Collie that is at a winery. So a lot of the wineries are now, or breweries are starting to then look at processing and making gin, which is pretty cool, I think. So we head through Collie, down through Bailing Up, and then across to Margaret River, which is just beautiful. And there's a whole variety of distilleries, but not just focusing on that. We'll make sure that we have some mead tastings and honey and chocolate and olive oil because it's just a wonderful foodie pocket. So then we'll also head through Bunbury. There's a new distillery opening there too. So some hidden gems, that's for sure.
I love it. It sounds amazing. Incredible. So with COVID's happened, it's affected a lot of tourism industries. Do you feel like being in WA, have you had a big effect or have you had a lot more people booking onto your tours since?
I feel so grateful, honestly. Every time I jump on the bus or we start a tour, I'm so grateful that we're in WA. The current climate over here, we are so lucky when you consider the rest of the world and the rest of Australia even. And everyone that comes on the tour is so grateful too, I think. They just want to have a good time. Yeah. At the moment, I'm just getting a lot of interest from people. Very different to how it used to be. Before it would be, how much is the tour? What's it all about? Now it's more, is that date available? What's the maximum amount of people? And then people go, how much is it? So people are really prioritising getting together with friends and family and exploring and enjoying themselves because who knows when it might stop again, you know?
Yeah.
So we've definitely not seen a decrease. We've seen an increase. I'm adding more dates. I'm hiring more people, which is amazing. So I'm employing tour guides and an admin person. So during this time where I thought it would be completely different because there was 3 months there where it was nothing, completely stopped. And we tried something really different. We did virtual tours. So we launched a whole heap of ISO tours. We did one to wineries, one to breweries, one to distilleries, and one to cideries. That was during the COVID period when people couldn't get it out and about. And that was just amazing. So what an experience. I was taking people on tour and they weren't even with me. It was amazing. They were still drinking the wine and drinking the beer and people, because we encouraged them to go and see these venue producers beforehand to get what we were going to be talking about. So what the wine that would be featuring. And they were sitting back there having the wine, we're doing Facebook Live, and they were asking questions and posting photos of themselves. It was just incredible to think I was doing a tour without people on my bus, but it was really great because obviously people couldn't go outside and socialise. So it was just a very different way of looking at it.
Yeah. I saw that you did those on your website. I was like, oh, that sounds very different. And I've never seen that before.
I know. My social media coach, Karma, she goes, why don't you do virtual tours? And I thought, no way, I can't do that. I'm not getting on camera. But I had a blast because it kind of came about, I was chatting to a lot of the producers and I was saying, how are you going? And some of them were saying, I'm 95% down, or I can't, business is really tough. I don't know if I'm going to make it. And I just thought, how can I help these people out during this tricky time? And we did. People, as I said before, people were buying produce and people were supporting them. And after sitting back there and watching these wine tours in a Bickley Valley, which some people don't even know where that is. It's up in the Perth Hills. It really is a hidden gem. People then went out after. So it was a really good feeling to be able to help these businesses that were struggling during that time too. And it was a lot of fun too. It was a lot of fun. Getting out of the house, being in the bus again was lovely.
Oh, well, it's great to see that you're doing well at the moment and that you've been able to hire people, because obviously some people have been struggling recently as well. So it's great that Australia are travelling their own state for once. Rather than
tourists in their own town.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for speaking to me today and telling me about your tours, and hopefully more people in Perth will see this. And I mean, you've already pretty much fully booked, but hopefully come on the gin getaway as well, and your new experience will blow up too, because it sounds amazing. I need to do it myself at some point.
Yeah, come on over for sure. 3 days of gin, you can't go wrong, I reckon.
Apart from on your 4th day and your head's a little bit.
Oh, there'll be a lot of food, don't you worry. Well, thanks so much for inviting me too. I really appreciate it.